All right. So first things first, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
Great.
You are fine too.
Yeah, I'm not doing too bad. Before we get into the latest record, Change the World, I would like to start in the beginning. Now, Debbie, I believe you were an army kid, so you moved around quite a bit.
Yeah.
How did you end up with these guys in Germany?
My dad was a soldier, and he was moving from one country to the other. That's Germany, USA, Germany, and then we had to go back again to Germany. And at that time, when we was going back to Germany, my mom died very fast. Yeah. And my dad too. And
Wow.
then I was alone and 4 kids alone in Germany. And I was 18. No, a little bit younger. No, older. Yeah, the thing is that I was searching for a band then to get some other thoughts, and they were searching for a singer, and I was going on with them. So it starts, and I was about the band staying here in Germany. Yeah, still.
Yeah, what did you find in the band and the especially the 2 guys that you started playing with in a very difficult period in your life? What did music do for you in that time of your life?
Very much. I was in my young age also with music, had a lot to do with music with my dad. He was playing piano, and it heals a lot, music heals a lot and gives you very much. I cannot explain it in words, but I think the people outside there will know what music does with your soul and with your heart. When you hear really good music, what you will like, where you say, wow, then your soul begins to be happy. Yeah. Also, there are souls where you say, I have to work that up, songs where you say, there I go, put all my feelings, what I was going through. It's a good thing too. Yeah,
Sure.
it's therapy also, yeah.
And for you, Ollie, alongside your brother, what did you hear in Debbie's voice and in kind of in what she did that you thought, okay, this is gonna be fun, this is gonna work out?
We were surprised by the originality of her voice and the strength she had in her, the depth and the strength. And I think that just led to founding a band, because it's really special voice, and we wanted to start a project, and it was also a dream of ours to found a band, and I think it was a good opportunity to start then. So it just it fell everything together, and it was sort of like fate, I guess, to seize the opportunity and start a project like this.
Sure. And were you immediately on the same page musically?
I think so, pretty much, yeah. Of course, everybody has its own preferences, but my brother and I grew up together and listened to the same music, and had listened to the same bands. Although we play different instruments, we all share one common like preference, like one common taste of rock music, and I think that helped to get a collective vision for the project.
And especially early on, then, what was this vision? What was the ambition, so to say? What were you looking towards with this band?
I think honestly it was just to make good rock music like the old bands, like the 70s, 80s bands. It was really this, I think, going back in time and reviving that old, let's not say old, but you know what I mean, the classic rock feel. I think that was the original idea. because we like wondered why does like that you can know that typical saying, why is music not as good as it used to be.
Sure.
And I think from that idea it started, although I must say that we constantly evolve and also listen to new music and modern metal and modern rock, and I also enjoy that kind of music. And from album to album, we constantly evolved and worked on the sound and tried out new things and see what works, what doesn't work for us. So we're not like 100% this vintage rock band, but we also try to like incorporate all these different music styles and just generally just write music that we like. It's actually the main goal.
That's always good. And now with this new album, I believe it's number 6, if I'm not mistaken. Is it 5?
Yeah, it's I think number 6.
6,
Spirit
right?
Metal, Dreamcatcher, Free,
Blue Eyes, Fire and Ice. Yeah, 6.
Yeah.
So with this album, you mentioned kind of the progression of the band or the development of the band over the years. How do you see this development, let's say, over the last 2 to 3 years? Because the past 2 to 3 years have been quite strange for most people. So how do you see, how has the band evolved in this time?
You mean musically or as a...
Both. Can be both.
Both, okay, as a band. Of course, we had a lot of time because of the lockdowns. We used that time to write a lot of songs. I think over 30 songs we already wrote. And we're planning on doing another album this year because we already waited 2 years. For us, it's like, okay, it's finally, let's move on to the next one. I can't really say. It's like it's still a progress that's not being it's not finished, so I cannot make a judgment right now about it. But generally, we are going into new directions. We open up to a more metal sound and more like power rock, power metal kind of music, but at the same time without losing our roots or the classic rock roots. It's a very interesting mixture. We're also experimenting with a lot of synth sounds, with really hard sounding drum sounds, and it's so much fun because it's always something new and always something to experiment with that makes it so refreshing for us also. And as Debbie, maybe want to say something about the past 2 years?
I just want to say about the songwritings and about how, and okay, first of all, music is a package with a lot of different styles. That's for me. So, there are a lot of different styles, and I'm standing here and say, there is no style where I say, wow, that's the great style. That's a great style. That's great. For me, it's every style special. And I'm not a person who thinks, oh, I want to do this style. I'm a person who say, about what do I want to make a song right now? What is now for me important? Then I have that feeling, as an example, I want to make a song about a robot. Yeah. Machines getting over, and what will happen when we get a lot of machines and blah blah blah, and then I get this feeling, that's a dog, what we have. This is the dog and then I get this feeling, oh, there I need more power, and there I need this, and then I don't think about the style, I think about the sound and the feeling and the rhythm, and then there comes a lot of style together, and then you make your own music. That's how we work. And in this time now, we had a lot of time then about this situation, what we had, and we said, okay, one song after the other, and you do all that, what you feel right now, with the songs, what's going on with this world, and what for feelings do I have right now, and what is important for me, what do I want to say outside with my music. That's for us important. What do I want to do with the people when I make music? I want to first of all make them happy, that they're going to get in a happy mood. And the second thing is for me important, I have a message. I want to say something. Let us change the world together. We have the power. When we change our mind, when we change our feelings, when we change the way how we go, be with animals and the nature and with people, human being, that we stop to think that kind of what we think, with hate and all that, and that's why we had a war, yeah. And that's my message, or the message from us. Hey, let us stop all this shit. We don't need it. Let us be happy, hear good music, relax and chill, see the sun up in the sky and all that, That's music for me. It's an impression about your feelings, about your thoughts.
Right.
Yeah.
Emma, I don't know if I'm right in saying this, but have you kind of created your own little paradise, so to say, your own little area where you all live and where you all make music together?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we do. We have we live together in a community, and my brother lives next door. So we also always meet here in this place and write music together almost every day.
Okay.
Make music every day, and yeah, it's, as you say, it's just like a little a world that we created for ourselves. Because when you look outside in the politics and what is happening is very frustrating, and at least you have like your own space where you can have like your own can live out your creativity and have your own vision you can live. Yeah, and that's a really I'm really fortunate that
something froze.
we have this constellation that we can able to do this. Not many musicians can do this.
But I would like to say,
go ahead.
a lot of asking, are we hippies? We are no hippies. Please not. We are not that. Yeah. It's normal. For me, it's normal that people get together or live together. It was normal in the past, way out in the past. The people was living together, then it's easier, easier to handle all that what's happening right now and all that. You have fun, you laugh, you cook together and all that. And that doesn't have to do with any hippie style or like that. We love it. Then we can make music. We can be, yeah. Or,
yeah. No, that's what I thought when I read that. That's what I thought. I thought that's just a great way to kind of disconnect from all the bullshit that's going on, but also being able to make music together, right?
Yeah.
One last thing before we kind of delve into the songs on the album. You have a new rhythm section, a new drummer, new bass player. Did that have any influence on how the album turned out?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, of course. Martin, the drummer, played a big role in the songwriting. The way he played the tracks, and Marco did his thing on bass, guitar, and I think we have a good constellation right now with the band, and it's not easy to find the right people where the chemistry is just right. Yeah, I think it's a good common setup right now for us, and we all have, get along very well on a human level. But the main songwriters is still Rio, Debbie, and me. We are doing all the pre-recording mostly, and all the lyrics. So like the core, there's like still this core.
Sure.
I think, but Martin can be counted to as well. So the only one that's not living here is the bass player, and well, it also contributes to the music, because it's never fun when you have like a fight or like a fight in the band. Yeah, I think it's a very positive thing for us.
Yeah, that's very good to hear. And as you mentioned, this is something I hear a lot from bands. It's difficult, especially in earlier stages, but it's difficult to find people who are mentally prepared to work into the same direction, to kind of put the same amount of work in all of them. So it's good that you've kind of found that now. Was Change the World, was that one of the first songs that kind of became a thing when you were started to work on this album?
I don't think so. I don't actually remember what the first songs. I think one of the first songs was Don't You Know and Thunder and Lightning.
Okay.
Change the World came later, but when we got the whole album together and was recorded and it was mixed and mastered, we just sat down and thought Change the World would represent the album best, because it just has this main message that we wanted to get across, and also we think it's a really song. It's a really strong track on the album.
Debbie, sorry.
Yeah, no problem.
Debbie, for you, what was the inspiration for the words? Well, can you take me to that kind of day or when that first inspiration came?
Okay. So I have to talk a little bit about my person, about who I am. I'm a person who looks very deep into the world, life. Yeah. Sure. I'm interested about what is life, why are we here, where are we going, and all that stuff. Let us call it spirit. Yeah. And when I write, then I think about what do I want to write now? What is happening for me? What is important to let the world know and all. In that time when I was writing Change the World, then I was thinking about my dad. He was in war. A lot of friends had to die. Yeah. And he was not my dad anymore when he was coming back from the war. And I was thinking about, why are we doing that? For what are we doing that? We have to stop. And I thought maybe a song will help me stop. It's a little hope. It's a little hope. I know it's very crazy out there, and I know it's not easy. I know, but I'm trying. We are trying.
For instance, I said Thunder and Lightning is one of my favorites. How does a song like that kind of start, or how do you begin to write a song like that?
I think it starts with I think this song, as we said, it's always different because sometimes we start with the riff, sometimes we start with the chorus, sometimes it's just the lyrics or it's just the music. But I think in this case, it was we started off with the chorus, the main idea of Thunder and Lightning, and then we thought it was really cool to have these words and these lyrics and the chorus, and then we kind of build around that idea. Like we had this idea, and I had somebody is this awesome person, and he has so much energy that he's thunder and lightning. And then Debbie invented that love story around it, the lyrics. And I think it was just started with Rio riffing on his guitar, and then I think Debbie had the idea of thunder and lightning, the lyrics and the melody. And then we said, okay, that's really cool. Let's take this and make a song out of it. And that's how it went then. And then we added verses and made the lyrics. And I think the last part we did was actually the bridge of the song.
And
but we tried to keep it really straight in this album. So we didn't want to have any fancy experiments, or we really wanted to get focus on the main theme of a song. I think in Blue Eyes we did a lot more open to experiments. I don't know if you heard that album, but in this album, in this version, we try to keep it simple.
Why? Is that because you already are working on another album, or is that because you just wanted to make a cool rock album?
I think we just wanted to make a cool rock album.
Fair enough. with kind of what we a little bit with what we talked in mind, but in this crazy time, and I'm sure you've had to postpone a lot of shows and stuff. How are you thinking about the future? That are you? Is live playing? How much of an option is live playing in the near future, and how much do you work towards kind of realizing that? Or are you just kind of, okay, we'll see what happens and we'll just make music, and when they say we can play, we'll play again?
The last thing is the best thing, yeah.
Mm.
The last thing is the best thing to say. We have to see what happens and let it go and make music. Yeah, the thing what we are doing this year, what I hope it will go.
I hope we can travel to USA this year. It depends on the rules and on the restrictions. But as I think we can make it, and it's really hard to say right now because we don't know. Like lots of big festivals, they don't even book anything anymore because they say the risk is so big because they don't know what restriction and laws will be in place by the time the festival is. And I think we have a few shows this year. But it was already postponed 2 years now. So sure. This actually shows that we all should have played in 2020, and now it's 2022. So we don't know. I can't really say.
Fair enough.
I hope it get better. We really believe and things get better. The music industry was hit really hard by it, and we think positive of this year, but let's see what happens.
Last question. You mentioned wanting to go to the US, and I believe, I don't know since when, but since Blue Eyes, I think you started recording in Nashville, right? What kind of connection do you have with Nashville, and how does this kind of add to the music that you make? What can you do there to kind of improve on what you already do?
First thing is I want to go. Then that's my place of home. That's for me an opportunity to say, okay, a little bit time for home. And that's the first thing. The second thing, we was starting with Michael Wagner. Mm-hmm. Was when we was going over, we had a first record with Michael Wagner.
Yeah, that was actually free.
Yeah, free.
2014.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and from then on, we're never gonna stop to go to the USA. It's the guys, they love it. The people are so friendly. It's relaxed, chilled. You know, it's a different kind of energy there. It's a music town. Yeah, what should I say? It's fun.
So also, you have a lot of musicians there. You have a lot of culture. They take rock music much more seriously than in Europe. I think genre music is a really good place in Nashville to be. You are just randomly meet. Last time I was there, we met some guys from a band, and they were like friends with the Black Keys. So it's like it's a lot of connections you can make there.
Sure.
If you're just long enough in town, you can like maybe meet Jack White, for instance. It's not everything is like really close together. It's like the Hollywood of pop music, okay, so to say.
And what was it for you then to walk into Southern Ground Studios in Nashville? Because that's where the album was recorded, if I'm not mistaken.
It's a great studio. It's a great studio. There are no words for that. You know, you have an area where you have food, you can chill, you relax. You know, there's space, and just.
Can you kind of feel the history in a way? Because people say that sometimes when you walk into a building, you can feel the history of the building.
Yeah, that's true.
You can definitely feel that it was a church. Back in the day, it was a church before it was built a studio. And there are even some ghost stories about that.
There are some big ghosts.
There's some gospel singer who was so scared of a ghost that she refused to record there. But the singing cabinet is actually in the cathedral, like in the part where the cathedral is now, was. And yeah, it's a really nice vibration you have there in that room. It's completely made out of wood. You have like still the old wood from the old church built there, and you feel like all the energy of the musicians that recorded there. Lots of big names have recorded there.
Sure.
Like what's it called? Stapleton? Yes, the number.
Yeah.
It's Chris Stapleton. Yeah, what's his name?
And I know Eric Clapton recorded there.
Eric
as well,
Clapton,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, a bunch of names. I saw the list. So that must be cool. And then as I say, I hear a lot that people talk, when people talk, for instance, about Abbey Road or something, they know that when you walk in there, you can feel it. You can feel kind of the...
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. It's so great.
And also the South, like the South states in USA, they have a magic to it, which you cannot describe. You have to experience it. It's. I think there's a reason why the music started there, because the land itself is full of magic. And I think that people, like musicians, that feel that there is something more to it, and they capture it in their music. It's a very musical land, if you can say that.
Sure. Yeah. Do you know the documentary? Muscle Shoals, which is in Alabama, the recording studio, and that's one of my favorite documentaries. And they talk about it the same. So I really need to go to the south of America at some point.
Yeah, it's worth a visit.
All right. Debbie, Ollie, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me. I wish you all the best. I hope you get to play live very soon then. Yeah, thank you.
We want to say thank you too, and have a good time. Stay healthy and a lot of fun still. Okay. Thank you very much.